This is the Wednesday, April 8th, April 7th version of the Attitude of Gratitude video. Well, yesterday after my AA meeting, I was having a panic, and I have a lot of, it's hard for me to go to those AA meetings because of my social anxieties. One of the hardest parts is just walking through the door and everybody turning to look to see who's coming in, and I feel like I'm in the spotlight, and it always makes me want to panic. I'm trying to get a cold. But I go. I keep saying that I need to pray for God's will for me and the strength to carry that out. I keep saying strength to carry that out. I've got to go. It's so important for me to. And I'm tired of the vicious and never-ending cycle of drinking. I want to break that cycle. I can go for a long time without drinking, and then I'll go back. If I ever get any money, a $20 bill or $5 or $10, I'm back to drinking. And it could have been 2 years since I had my last drink. But I'm so thankful for those AA meetings. They really do help, even if they do drive me crazy socially. And I really appreciate the feedback I got last night back about a sponsor. I tend to be a perfectionist, and I think I have to do the program perfectly or I'm not going to make it. And they say in AA it's progress, not perfection. And I've got to remember that. But after the AA meeting, I drove down to my father's pharmacy. Dad wasn't back at work yet. He's got today off as well, so he's a lucky dog. But he deserves it after doing all that for my brother. But I was just dying for 3 Coca-Colas, and I'm really not supposed to go into the drugstore and get 3 Coca-Colas without asking permission, but I did anyway. Well, I was a nervous wreck when I got in there. I walked in, and I got 3 Coca-Colas, and I walked up front, and I said to Bessie, the lady that works for Dad, she's worked for Dad for years, I said, I just want 3 Coca-Colas so bad. She said, honey, get you 3 Coca-Colas. We're just not going to tell your daddy. And I laughed. I thought it was the funniest thing. Get you 3 Coca-Colas and we're not going to tell your daddy. She says, that's silly. You ought to be able to get you 3 Coca-Colas. Dad honestly thinks I get high off Coca-Cola. And you can, if you drink enough caffeine, you can get a buzz, but you have to drink like 12 or 14 Cokes in a row, not just 2 or 3. And today's a very special day. Today is grocery day. Mom's already called me about groceries. And I said, I'm wearing my glasses this morning. I know I look terrible. My eyes are bothering me. I didn't want to put on my contacts. But Mom called me about groceries last night. And it's interesting. This is a perfect mom moment. We were talking, and I said I want the Marie Callender meals because I was eating the lean cuisines because they're more helpful as far as my bulimia goes. They're not as filling, they're not as fatty, they're not as appealing, and I won't binge on them. And they can be kind of bland. They don't have a lot of sodium in them, and they can taste kind of bland to me, even though they tout themselves as being tasteful. But I asked for those, and Mom goes, do you want Snickers bars? And Mom found with her senior discount and her Kroger card, she can get the Snickers bars for 29 cents each. But she says, I'm going to get you 20 tomorrow. Last week she got me around 10. And she says, I'll get you 20 tomorrow. I said, Mom, what am I going to do with 20 Snickers bars? I'm going to be just bloated fat by the time you get through feeding me. So that's typical of my mother. Well, we were talking, and my cordless phone gave out. Well, Mom called back like 6 times on and left messages on my answering machine trying to get me to get back on the phone. Well, I couldn't get my phone to work. So she finally just drove over here. This is typical Mom. Oh Lord, it was 11 at night, and she comes knocking on my door. She goes, I got so worried about you, I thought you fell down and dropped your phone. And I laughed. Thought I'd fallen down and dropped my phone. Thought I'd had a panic attack, and a sudden panic attack. Boy, I'm glad I don't have those. That'd be terrible. Well, I will close. It was an interesting day yesterday. And I'm going to breakfast with Miss Florine this morning. I'm hungry. And I can't wait to get a good meal. So she's going to see me this morning. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to eat me some sausages, scrambled eggs, and biscuits. And we're going to all have a good time. And I'm going to say, damn it, we're going to have a good time. And it'll be good to see her. I haven't seen her. I talked to her on the phone a lot. She's called me a lot the past few days, but I haven't seen her in probably a week. But it'll be good to see her. I'm thankful for her. I'll be thankful for those breakfasts if I go anymore. If I can just go. Oh, Lord. It's hard for me to get up and go in the morning. It's hard for me to get in the shower. And I usually don't take a shower till late in the afternoon. So that's about the time I get going. Well, let me close. This is going to be another long video. My attitude of gratitude videos just keep getting longer because I just want to tell y'all so many things. So I'll close. Y'all, thank y'all for reading, and thanks for the comments about the sponsorship yesterday. It made me feel better. I really appreciate Mary and Beth's comments and several others on sponsorship. But I'll close. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye. Bye-bye.